Hi, friends. Welcome back to Adobe Live. I'm Ryan Selvey. I'm really excited today to be joined by Mike Nyembo, and he is an LA and Switzerland based, I guess Switzerland first, actually. I don't know why I started with the
Yeah.
America one, but a Switzerland and LA based photographer. And we're really excited to talk to him today about fashion edits with new AI and new tools. So it's good to have you here. Good morning or good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. For anyone who is, we're excited to have you on the show. For anyone that is new to your work, do you want to just quickly give a elevator pitch of sorts as to what you're interested in as creating as an artist?
Okay, so as I said, my name is Michael. I go by Mike. I'm a fashion photographer and a beauty photographer. Um, I like to capture, how can I say that? Raw emotions. Like I don't really like to plan too much like how the shoot will go. I like to go with the flow, if it makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know, kind of the shoot dictate the content, right?
Yeah.
So EA stands for eye attraction, right?
Yeah, that's my
Um,
artist name.
and that's what you kind of go to in artist spaces, so that's what the EA is for in the middle. And you have a really good eye for bright colors and mixing that along like dark skin tones as well, and kind of having the vibrancy of the contrast, which is really nice to see. And then also even using things like black and white to then make the silhouette of a person to go and have that contrast once again with a super light background. So some really beautiful, pretty stuff. You can find all your work at Eye Attraction. That's EYE Attraction Photography.com. And you guys are able to go and scroll through and find a bunch of cool stuff in there. Um, Lots of colors, lots of really dynamic posing, which I am excited to talk to you about, um, among a bunch of other things. So I guess we can start off with what got you into photography, and then we can also hop into what we're working on today.
What got me into photography? To be honest, like it's always been around me.
Yeah.
Like my dad used to own like an old camera. I think it was a Canon, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken.
So does that
And
mean your first camera was was a Canon?
yeah, my
Okay.
first camera
Do
was a
you still
Canon.
shoot on Canon?
I'm still shooting on Canon.
Right on, family legacy. Gotta carry it on, right?
Yeah.
Um,
So, yeah, he used to take a lot of like family pictures and stuff like that. And then my mom at one point bought like years later, like those like Digicam. And I
mhm.
used to steal it as a time to like capture my own stuff, to my own memories with my friends. And I guess that's where like the love for photography came.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like ingrained in you from such a young age. Like this is cool, and this is what is already kind of like my future. And it looks like it all paid off because it looks like you have quite an eye for it. So,
Yeah.
whether that's nature versus nurture or just raw talent that you're born with, I definitely think that you're in the right profession for it. We have people in the chat both on YouTube and Behance. Trisha, we've got Pax, Jacob, and Dino all saying hello. We have a hello from LA. Pax is saying that you have a fire website. So yeah,
Thanks,
you
Bex.
guys should definitely scroll through all of it. There's a lot of really good stuff to explore, and also just get like, don't steal anyone's ideas, but get inspiration for different poses, because you pose your models in such a fantastic way of like interesting camera angles and different ways of kind of comparing them to the whole frame of the camera. So like with ones like
Hmm.
this, you obviously have a very straight line, just like straight down the middle and very narrow, but then you use the space around it to then feel like there's so much space, and the narrowness even feels more narrow, and even the pants are narrow. Like it's all very, very cool. So make sure you guys
Yeah.
do a scroll through that, but I don't want to take up too much of your time from you
Hmm.
working, to focus on what we're focusing on today. So um looks like we've got a shot. You said this is in LA? No?
Was that me?
Did we lose you? Can you hear
Oops.
me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Cool. um
Yeah.
but we have a shot from you, and it was taken in LA, right?
Yeah. In downtown LA to be precise.
Downtown LA. And so when you're going out on a shoot, I know you like to say that the shoot itself dictates kind of the product that comes from it. Do you have shoot locations in mind, or do you kind of just go say, "Hey, let's go for a walk and we're gonna get some pictures"?
Most of the time, I already have like a location in mind, but
Mhm.
sometimes like when it's re like I actually love like um spontaneous photo shoot, meaning like we have an idea, we go outside and we walk and we talk, and if I'll see like I don't know like a nice scenery, I'll tell them all like, hey, pose here real quick. I'll take a couple flicks and then keep on walking. But most of the time, I already have a location in mind.
And does that mean that like you're kind of walking with just camera in hand? I'm guessing you probably don't carry like much like lighting equipment, right? Like it's more kind of just finding the spaces that have proper lighting.
Yeah, so basically, when I most of the time when I shoot outdoor, I'm always shooting with natural light. I don't have any flash, any gadgets or whatsoever to modify the light. I
Right.
love to use like natural lighting, and it looks like it works for me.
Yeah, but everything is so full and so I don't know, well illuminated that I think that you find the right spots in the right position of the sun. We also have Rydizel joining, saying hello. Good to have you here. If you have any questions for Mike as we guys hop into stuff, please by all means throw them in the chat. Would love to relay it to him. Also, if you just want to tell him that he has great work, that's also totally welcome, and we love to hear more about that. So make sure you guys throw it in the chat. But looks like we're starting here in Photoshop. Looks like you just have kind of a raw picture open. What is the first thing you normally do when you're opening Photoshop?
Okay, so basically, the first thing I do is always like I pay attention to the stuff that actually bothers me. Like, let's say, for example, let me put this a little bit bigger. Like, let's say if I wanted actually to remove this car right here. I'm circling enough for you guys, but usually like I just do it by head so you guys can see exactly like step by
No, this is
step
great.
how
Thank
I
you.
approach my pictures. This I think there's a couple people in the back if I'm not wrong. Let me see. Yeah, no, right there. So I check for like the stuff that bothers me, and then when I know exactly, okay, like I want to remove the car, I want to remove the people, probably on the floor. I'm not gonna like circle everything, but like all this like little like gum
Is that
like
what it
on the
is?
floor.
Is it gum?
I
Like
think it's gum.
growing up, I was so foolish. I was always like, this is where all the other all little kids like scraped their knees. Which then as I grew older, I knew that obviously was not the case. But it's just so crazy to think that like gum is that ubiquitous that like there's that much everywhere, right? Like that's so crazy.
Yeah. And actually, like I just noticed, I will also remove this to make it more clean and remove that. Okay, so when I figured exactly what I want to remove or what I want to leave, then let me remove all that. So basically what I do, I always do like I always copy the background layer. So Command J as a shortcut.
Okay.
And then I go to the lasso tool and let's start with the first car. So I usually go a little bit around it, like not too far, but not too close also, because I want the AI to get the information in the back to create a picture that will match what I'm trying to do. So as you guys can see, I circle the car, then I go right click, and then here you have generative fill. Sorry if I mess up some words. But
We
yeah,
are live. That's shown as baby.
yeah. So I click on it, and then there have like this little box, and I'll say remove. I'll just put remove. He will know like I want to remove what's in the middle of my car. I mean of the circle. Then you wait a little bit. It should take like 30, like 15 seconds, I think, or 10.
Also, while that's
And
happening,
then
there were some questions in chat. I wanted to just let you get your time to get started. Um,
yeah.
but I also just want to give you a heads up of what they were. First one, Right is asking how you secure clients to shoot.
How secure clients to shoot? To be honest, I usually do test shoot moving towards the clients that I'm trying to get. Let's say like if I want to get like a beauty campaign or just beauty content for like any brand. I will use the product of that brand, create my own photo shoot using their product, then post it and tag them so they can see what I can do if I don't, because usually like Instagram is like one of my main tool to like, get clients and like also in terms of visibility. But if that's not enough, then I'm gonna do like a little portfolio of like, I don't know, like a couple of products that they use or like the high demand product that they have. And then like I'll do like a little portfolio and then I'll email them and be like, hey, this is what I can do for you guys.
Great. Um, and then also, Professor Cannon is asking about this shot in particular, saying, "How do you shoot that high? Ladder, long tripod? How did you get up there?"
Okay, so first of all, I'm not that big, but I'm 6'1".
6'1".
So
Okay, yeah. So you're a tall guy
yeah,
to begin with.
yeah. And I use a wider angle. So
Okay.
having my arm up, her being down, me being also tall, I get that feeling that she's actually that I'm taking like the picture elevated like really far, that I'm on a ladder or maybe I don't know, like in a building through a window or something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I hope I answered your question.
That's the really good illusion because, yeah, I assumed you were maybe like standing on an electricity box or something. Just that wide angle lens is also doing a lot of heavy lifting. Do
Yeah.
you tend to go out with multiple lenses that you switch through, and are those on one that you switch through on a like a camera body, or do you bring multiple cameras so that you don't have to switch the lenses?
So I always have like two camera. I mean, depending what type of shoot, if it's a fashion shoot, I always have like one camera body
Hmm.
and one lens.
Got it.
Because like the wide angle stuff is like sort of like my signature in terms of my style when it comes to fashion photo shoot. If you
Oh, all right,
like
cool.
Ryan said, if you will go check my website, you will see there's a whole lot of like wide angle shot.
Yeah,
So
definitely helps to feel more like, I always say 90s, but I feel like I need to stop saying everything feels 90s just because, but it feels
yeah.
very high energy, like you're up in it, like you are experiencing
Mhm.
you're walking up to
It's
somebody at a
like,
party and you're getting this far from their face, even if it feels like they're far away, like it just still feels, um engaging, I guess I should say.
yeah, for me, it's like the wide angle enables me to like emphasis like the feeling or the emotion that I'm trying to like transmit through the picture. Like I wanted like basically when I took that for example, when I took that picture, I wanted like her to be sitting and to be able to see like what's going on in the street. Obviously there was
Yeah.
cars, but we're gonna take care of that. So
And then also getting some more people from LA saying hello. I guess everyone shows up for other LA artists. And then Manny and Sean have also joined. Sean's also a photographer, I know. So, Sean, if you have any questions, please let us know. We are with Mike EA Nyembo, and he is a fashion photographer and editor. And right now we're looking at what he does when he's first approaching this shoot that he took out on the streets of LA.
yeah. So like I was saying before, for the people who just joined in, I always like pay attention to the stuff that I want to remove. And in this case, for me, it's the cars, because not they were not in the way, but like I feel it would be better if they were not there. So I circled like the car with the lasso tool, and then I put the generative fill. And as you can see here, you always have like three options. You can always like generate even more, but how I decide like which one I pick. So I usually like check every one of them. I'm like, okay, this one looks like as if it looks closer to like what was behind the car if the car wasn't there. And I also try to see, for example, I don't know if you see that here. You guys
Mm-hmm.
actually see my mouse? Yeah, okay.
Yep, we can see them.
So yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So for example, this area you can see like it doesn't really match the rest, right? But if I choose this one, it feels like it's smooth. Like it looks like if you guys didn't see what I did, I'm pretty sure you guys couldn't tell like there was a car there. So that's the first car that I'm removing. And then what I do is like I put Command E, which will merge with the layer below. And I repeat the same thing. Like
So
this
you
time
commit
we
to your
will,
changes. You say this is what it is moving forward.
yeah.
You're
And
brave.
then I guess I'm used to it. That's why. And then I remove like these people right here.
Mhm.
Same thing. Right click, generative fill, remove.
I think I have that same cart. I use it to the bring it to the park. They're nice. They fold up,
Yeah,
but we don't
yeah,
want it
I've
in the
seen a
shot, so let's get rid of it.
yeah, I've seen a lot of makeup artists using that actually. Da, 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 da. Okay. And
Also,
as
we're
you can see,
seeing
like,
Valder is joining us from Brazil, which we always love to see him there. Also, Professor Cannon was saying that it was a perfect answer to his question. So thank you for answering that. If you guys have more questions, please by all means let us know. And we're just going through this process.
yeah. So as you can see here, the road doesn't really match. So I'm gonna try to see with this one. And it looks like the sidewalk here matches the original um photo, but the road here doesn't really match. Let's try this one. I don't really feel I feel like this one for me will be the one that matches the most. And then
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna get rid of like this thing right here. So
Yep.
once again, I commit to my changes. So Command E, I merge the layers. And then next one, this car right here. Oh, I went a little bit too far. Okay, here.
Pax and Q is actually asking, how come you merge the layers instantly?
Uh, I guess it's a reflex. I guess it's a reflex because I don't like to have too much layers here.
Are you a clean guy around the house?
It depends. I ain't gonna lie. It
Like, do you put things away
depends.
in drawers like instinctively, or are you more of like, I'm just gonna leave that there kind of guy?
It
I'm way
depends
more of
what
the
type of
leave
stuff.
things.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of stuff. If it's like camera gear, yeah, I'll put it to the right places. If it's
Yeah,
clothes,
that can go wherever.
we all have that one chair. You know what you know
The
which chair
laundry
I'm talking
chair.
about.
Everyone's got the
Yeah.
laundry chair.
Exactly. Then once again, remove.
And then also Patty is in the chat asking if you remember what neighborhood you took this in.
Yeah, so it's in downtown LA, it's on 8th, and I think it's let me see. Uh is it gonna show the
Yeah, I
street?
mean, I guess also people could also look up wild living foods. And that probably will give you the exact thing. But eighth and something.
Yeah, it's not too far from like from Broad it's not too far from Broadway, it's like 2 blocks away from Broadway.
Got it.
Um okay, so for this one right here, let's see. I don't really like how the sidewalk look. This one looks more legit.
I
Yeah, I'm gonna
disagree.
go for this one. This one looks like really, really, really like as if like the car wasn't there. Okay, so once again, I merge it. And finally, the final step, I'm just gonna remove those two people in the back. They don't bother the photo, but I like to keep it clean. Once again, generative fill, remove. And then once the street is clean, that's when I'm gonna go to the model.
The street cleaning. Also,
Literally.
look, guys, I found it. Look, we can create the actual shot. Look at that. Boom.
Yeah.
In its moment. You were apparently right next
Yeah,
to
there.
a
There,
fashion
exactly.
district trash can.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, so this one, uh, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with this one.
Patty says that it looks very East Coast. Oh, you think so? I thought it looked very LA. When we got on the call, I was like, yeah, because I knew he was also Switzerland. I was like, is this in Switzerland? That does not look like Switzerland. He's like, no, it's LA. I'm like, okay, looks like LA to me.
All right. Let's do it again, like just for this and the other one. And actually, like I'm gonna use something else to remove the other one. I think it will also work. So I can show you different ways of how I remove stuff that I don't want
Yeah, we always
on
say that
my
there's like
picture.
50 ways, well, more realistically, like 4 or 5 ways to do the same thing in any Adobe
Yeah.
program. And it all comes down to process and preference. And also sometimes like one method works better than the other for something, and then you use the same method for something else and it doesn't work as well. So it's good to know your options. Um, and then Valder is saying, yes, he likes to use Control E as well.
Control E is my best friend.
See, Control E is my enemy. I'm always so scared. I'm like non-committal. I'm like Control J everything and just like continuously build up for forever.
Yeah, just like because I don't like to if I want to look for something, I would say like max I can do like maybe like 6 layers. If it's more
Hmm.
than that, I don't want to go through everything to look for it. So for this one, I feel like it always depends on your taste because maybe somebody will say like, hey, this one looks better, but I think I like this one better for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I think I like this one better.
I
So
wish I could do this outside the front of my building.
so now we have the picture clean, and why I always like double the layers so I can always check my progress. This is how it looks right now, and this is how it used to look before.
A
And
nice
it took me
before and
like what?
after.
It took me what, like 10 minutes, maybe 8? Compared to like if I will have to do how I usually do, it would take me like up to 20 minutes.
Yeah. No,
And
it
I will
definitely
have to
sped up
make
the workflow for sure.
Yeah, and like I said, like even streetwise, maybe it was just like this little part that doesn't match, but usually it matches like the whole scenery, so you don't even have to retouch like the street or the building or whatever you remove because the AI does it like really nicely. All right, so to remove this without using generative fill. Sorry if I again mess up this word.
You're
I have
doing great,
I
man.
lispel. I lispel a little bit. Okay. So so there's this one tool right here. This one right there. Oh, sorry, hold on. I Okay. Right. So what it will do, it will okay, what is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, the size is here. Sorry. So basically what it will do is like it will select like you can select the area. So let's say for example I'm doing this. Let's select it. There we go. Like this. All right. Okay. So I went a little bit too far. Let me remove this part right here. Oh, always make sure that you have simple all the layers on and uncheck the remove after each stroke so you can really like go around like and draw exactly what you want to actually like remove or heal, if I can call it like that. Like I said, I want my strokes, I went a little bit too far, so I remove it like the extra stuff. And then
Right.
soon as you're happy with your selection, you press enter. And
And it'll
then as you can
do
see,
its handiwork.
yep.
Also, Pax is laughing about the fact that you're doing a shot top down because you're near the fashion district anyway. Like very fashion districty shot to take.
Yeah. So I don't know why exactly like it takes a little time, but usually it takes 5 to
Well,
10
I know for
seconds.
this method, a lot of it is on your computer, and since I know you're screen sharing and we're streaming at the
Oh,
same time, it might be throttling the amount that Photoshop can use because we're also streaming.
all right. So as you guys can see, it went away. It looks like it was not there before. And basically, like Ryan explained, if I was not screen sharing and everything, it would take like literally 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So now that we have the picture that we actually want to work with, now what I'll do, I will go and actually create a new layer. And it might take a little time, but I like to do it like neatly. I will remove like all the big dots that I don't want on the floor.
Yeah.
So I use this tool right here. It's like a healing tool. You just have to like, oh, okay, wait, hold on. I think I changed something. Oh, sorry. I have to do on this layer. So to not mess up my layer that I already prepared, I will like copy it. So now I have three layers, and because it needs to have like texture to be able to detect where to replace the stuff that you're trying to heal. That's why like I had to erase the layer without anything on it and actually double my layer so he actually knows where to get the information from. So what
Right.
I do right here, as you guys can see, it disappeared.
Oh, Drew also
It's a
likes
little,
your choice of model. Also, Sean is calling out that yes, the very top. If you want to check the box that says sample all layers, then you don't have to worry as much about messing with layers as they're being read. You can just have it read the whole document.
oh, thank you, Sean. You know
Yeah,
what?
there you go. Yeah,
Actually, no, you know what? Let
when
me keep
that's
it like
on,
that. Let me keep it like
that's
that
what.
so I can show you like before after.
Yeah,
Let me keep it like that. Okay. So we're doing this. It's gonna take like what, like maybe a little four, 3 minutes. Um, like this. And something that I always do, I always go back and see how it looks because I always want to see how it looks like entirely, not like near the model, because you know when you have the picture on the screen, you first see like the whole picture. And I'm trying to see like, okay, because the spend time on people like watching something is like 3 seconds. So I
yeah.
need to make sure that, you know, within the 3 seconds, whatever they see looks clean.
Isn't that so frustrating? It's like you spend hours on something, and then at the same exact time, it's like, yeah, someone is gonna make an impression on it within a second or two, and you're like, okay, sure.
Yeah. But I get it. I get it. But also like it's a challenge for me. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me try to make sure that every time I create art, it's an art that stop people and they actually like look at my picture and even trying to zoom on it and stuff like that. That's why like retouching is important for me. Okay, let's say and if you guys, like Rayan said, hasn't have any questions, please feel free to ask. Or if you didn't understand like one of my step, I can re-explain while going still going. So please don't hesitate.
Yeah, please, guys, by all means, feel free to take advantage of the format. That's why we're here live. But also, if you guys are watching as a replay, we're so glad that you're here. Thanks for watching, and leave any comments and questions in the comments as well. Would love to have that.
All right.
Um,
So you guys remember when I said like the street wasn't looking like there's like this like line that looks like, you know, as if the road was cut from another picture. So I'll do this. Okay, I need to do a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, now you could clone this part right here.
it's always funny. It's like sometimes it's like working with a toddler. It's like, no, no, no.
Okay, so it looks about right, but as you guys can see, I can see that this part is still lighter than this part. But we're gonna take care of that like a little bit later with Dodge and Burn. That's another way of correcting the street if I need to. So let's say that I'm happy about like how the street looking and also like the sidewalk. That's the how it was before and how it is right now. And as you can see, it was really quick. Okay, so dodge and burn. That's where like actually like I emphasis maybe like the contrast and the highlights and the shadows. So what I do, there's a whole bunch of ways of doing it, but I like to do it the easiest way, which is you go on curves. Uh, you go in the middle of the curve. I'll go up for dodge, and then I invert. So Command I, and then let's call it dodge. And if you guys don't know what's dodge, you can I can explain it for you, but I feel like a lot of people know already.
No,
Then
it's
I
also gonna be helpful for anyone who's just tuning in. We have such a broad range of skill sets that no matter what, anything that you do, whether it's super niche or super complex, there's someone who'll take something away from it.
so basically dodge is like basically um the light in the picture. So like you saw, let me put it back so people can actually like understand exactly what I'm talking about. So basically what I do with Dodge is like with that layer will be the layer that, for example, like I said, the street like was a little bit too dark and this part was a little bit too bright. I will fix it with Dodge. So I will add some light to that area and also some shadow. So let me go back to how it was before, like this, and then I'm gonna repeat the same way to create a burn, and burn is just adding like shadows. I'll go like about it's oh like there's no like exact number. I never like have the exact number. I always go like how I feel
Yep.
looks all right, and then you do invert, and you call that burn. I always like to rename my layers. Then Command G to group it, and you have Dodge.
Man, I wish all creators were as organized as you. Like you are the shining example of do as I do as I say, not as I do, because you do it, and I'm like these are all the things that you should do. Then I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
Also, huge shout out from Rydizel in the chat, which I'm learning in real time, that you got a plaque and you were awarded by RIAA, the Record Institute Association of America, or something like that,
yeah.
for creating the cover for Tyler's Water, which is like, love that song. That's crazy. And also phenomenal to see, like, this acknowledgement, but then also we one it's cool there's a plaque with your work on it, but then also like you get to see kind of the behind the scenes of the album or single photo shoot, which is incredible. That's such a
Thank
cool
you.
opportunity. Congratulations, it's a beautiful picture, like well done. That's very, very cool.
Thank you. So back to the street. So
Sorry.
for example,
Excited, excited. But hey, they called it out in chat, and chat went for it. Pax was also very excited about it, so I just want to make sure I called it out. And
well,
just so you guys also have an idea of like who we're working with, like this is a full, full on, very talented professional. So if you have questions about any of it, let me know. We'll put it in chat.
if you check my work, you can recognize some faces,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's cool.
Actors or entertainers.
Studio Jones also
Okay,
says, "Wow, congratulations." So thanks for being
thank
here,
you.
Studio Jones.
Okay, so you I forgot to actually explain the steps. Sorry, so let me go back. So like I said, like I grouped the Dodge and burn. I use a brush tool, and I like to have the opacity on 100 and the flow on 1. Why 1? Because I like to actually be really in control of my strokes, that I can really, if I need to put more, I can. It's like drawing, and
Hmm.
I actually like to draw. But if I put too much, it will be like too strong, if it makes sense, right?
Right.
So as you can see, just for a couple strokes, oh, you have to make sure that the brush is actually white to reveal what's under the inverted layer. And as you can see, let me go a little bit further. Now
Oh,
it looks
it's on and
like,
off.
yeah, now it looks like the street was actually shot like this, right?
Yeah,
All
got
right,
rid of that car.
yeah. Now, what I like to do on the model, when I look at the model, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me do this so you guys can really see what I'm talking about. Uh, I'm checking for the like lights and shadows on her body, on her face, on the hair, on the jacket, maybe boots. So for
Hmm.
example, this part right here, I'm gonna emphasize it a little bit. This here too, with light, with the Dutch.
Yep.
Uh, this part right here, definitely this part right here too.
Oh, yeah, the clavicles are really cool. How
Yeah,
they kind of is like
that.
picking up little streams of light.
Uh, the little
Very
highlight
similar to
in the
like when you're
hair.
doing a charcoal drawing and you're picking up the values and you're picking like what to pull forward and what to pull back. Like being able to always look at study and value and be able to be like, okay, these are going to be my brightest whites. And so it's kind of cool to also see that it's translated into a model and, those points of interest.
Yeah. And then this. So basically, if you check the picture, you'll know exactly what I'm gonna be working on. Like this part right here. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
gonna
love the folds
emphasis
of the
like the
jacket.
I'm just gonna emphasize like the lights and shadows of on her. So
Right.
let me remove this. So I'm gonna erase it. Go back to dodge and burn, and I will start with dodge. Put back the flow to 1.
Oh, and so you're going to
And
use the same layer for your Dodge mat as you did for the environment as you are for your model.
technically, I could use another layer, but
But if we've learned
it,
anything today, you don't like too many layers. So this is all,
exactly.
um, yeah,
Exactly. But I'm a like to be fair, like when it's a beauty picture, then I'm gonna use like different layers because I'm gonna
hmm
use like for example like Dodge on specifically maybe like for just for the lips and then maybe just for the nose, maybe just for like I don't know eyebrows and stuff like that. And I
yeah,
like to really like I said be in control, so I like to have different layers for everything. But since it's a fashion picture, I don't need to be. I don't like to say that precise, but I don't like to be like that precise.
yeah, no, for sure. Great
So,
question from Love here. So, um, like we were saying earlier, there are many different ways to do the same thing in a different Adobe programs. Using curves as a method of creating a dodge and a burn, and then using a mat to call it out is definitely one way. Love wants to know why you use that process rather than using the like dedicated dodge or burn tool.
it's quicker.
It's quicker for you.
To be
Okay.
honest, yeah, it's quicker. It's quicker and it works. Like if it was not working, I would have used because there was like the old-fashioned way where you have to do like many steps. But
hmm
I feel like this works and it's quick, and I feel like everybody will remember this because you just have to go here, change the
It's also
curve, and then
non-destructive. So in this
yeah, and it's
case,
not
he can do
destructive
this
too.
with a mat, and so he can use it as separate layers. Which I know we were just saying he doesn't like layers, but um, use separate layers because then if you were to use the dodge or the burn tool, you have to use it directly on top of the image itself, and once
Mhm.
it's down, and that's the new update unless you're saving revisions. So part of it's also that control, which is nice. But both are right, neither are wrong.
Yeah.
All just comes down to preference.
All right. So here we go. Just a little bit, not too much. Uh,
Yeah, it's subtle, but it makes a
then
difference. It's like,
like
you don't
this.
notice it until it happens, and then it's like once it's there, it's there.
Yeah.
Um,
I like to actually like put a lot of like light in the hair. So
mm-hmm.
then when I do like when I use the burn, I can really like define like the hair strokes and stuff like that if needed or if I want it. Then let me go back to sorry to dodge. Let me finish with this. I'm gonna put a
It's
little bit
also cool
more
because you
red.
have four different types of black here. So you have like the boots, you have the jacket, you have the top, and then you also have her hair, and like
Yeah,
all are monochromatic, but with the way that you're dodging it and the way that you're adding highlights, they are becoming their own piece of part of the larger picture. And so they're going to react differently to your dodge and your burn, but it's cool to be able to see that balance and how they have to harmonize.
exactly. Then
Also, did you get any
here.
ice cream?
Act- did I? Maybe I think at the end of the shoot. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All
I don't remember, but I don't remember, but I feel like it. I feel like I did.
right. Just be tough to
The-
photograph someone eating ice cream and not being able to eat it. I'd be like, oh, come on, one
And
more
I think that
bite.
day was also pretty hot outside for some reason. Then, as you guys can see, I changed to burn. I'm gonna have the brush a little bit bigger.
Now, do you also do you accessorize your models, or do you have someone else do that, or do you have them show up how they want to dress?
So when I'm in LA, usually I reach out to a stylist
hmm
and he like I will create a mood board and then he will like pull stuff according to the mood board.
That's awesome. And so there's obviously another form of collaboration. I know you said you also like sometimes you have somebody else that's also taking pictures with you, or is it normally always solo?
Uh, it's usually solo, but
Normally
there's
solo,
people taking BTS pictures. So
of
it could be the
course.
makeup artist, like the hairstylist, the stylist itself, can be
And
anybody.
that stuff's good for social media too, right?
Yeah,
Like being able to
yeah.
post it.
Because people like to actually see like how the final product
Yes.
was taken.
Even like when we were looking at the Tyleth stuff, like my favorite part of it was being able to just see you take the picture, with the beach and the waves. Which I mean, that in itself, I'm sure, introduces a whole nother variable of elements of ways that a shoot can go wrong. You could get sand in your lens, or your camera could get wet, or get the wrong glare from the water. It's definitely not an easy place to shoot, I feel like. But you made it look easy. So props to you for that.
Thank you. I actually hate shooting at the beach,
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would probably also hate shooting at the beach.
it's because like my stuff gets sandy, like my shoes, sometimes like my lens cap is sandy, and then
Yep.
it's just like the cleanup part after the shoot is like what bothers me. All right.
Yep.
So it looks like I didn't do much, right? But
But
let
you
me
did a
show you.
lot.
Ooh. Yeah, actually, okay, let me go a little bit closer so you guys can really see. So if you guys can check her tie, like on the left side, you can see like I emphasized it. Like it's never gonna be like a big difference, but it's always subtle. Like I never do like really like big change except if I need to. But like I said, I just wanted to emphasize. So it's just subtle. As you can see, like on the hair, you can see like the highlight, like the hair is a little bit more bright.
Yep.
Her tie is like sorry, like I said, her tie is a little bit like more defined. Her clavicle is also like a little bit more defined. And yeah. So as it is for now, I'm sort of like already getting like closer to like how I want the picture to look, right?
Right.
Then we're gonna go a little bit closer. Because it's a fashion picture and it was taken from a long distance, there's not too much detail on it, like in terms of like skin texture, but
Hmm.
we're gonna also take care of that. Um, so let me go back to Dodge to fill up some stuff. Okay, right there. I don't like this thing right here.
It's also like I know you didn't place the fire hydrant there, but the fact that the fire hydrant is yellow and it's a warm tone, and then you also have the skin, which is a warm tone, and then it being surrounded by these cool tones of pavement around it is really cool that it still mirrors your kind of approach of being able to have large colors in the background or foreground, and then having that relate to another like drastic color. So for this piece in particular, it's cool how your eye immediately goes to her, not only because she's front and center, but because even the colors alone, like you're like warm, your eye goes to the warm
Hmm.
texture, um, and it goes all the way down through the, you know, uh, through the fire hydrant, which is cool to see. Jones wants to know what the
I
deadlines look like for these types of projects.
uh, I don't like to drag it too long. Like when it's a collab, I like to depending like it always depends. I always give myself like maximum like I would say like 3 weeks, and I'll give a heads up. If it's 3 weeks, I'll give a heads up. Like maybe I have like client work because I'm also like a retoucher, so I'll retouch also like other people work. So if it happens that I don't know, I have to edit like an e-commerce photo shoot from a brand, and they have like I don't know like 500 pictures. I know it's gonna take me like probably like 4 or 5 days to finish it. So I will give a heads up, hey guys, just so you know, the collab where we did, I have this one client that wants me to do this. It might take a little bit longer, like up to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So
it's important
yeah.
to be able to take the time and be able to deliver a quality product. But I feel like that's a reasonable turnaround. Um, And also, yeah, if like you're retouching other people's stuff, it also makes sense that you're as organized as you are. Um, we have about 10 minutes left, a little bit more than that, just barely. Um,
Okay, I'm gonna
but
speed up a
we
little bit.
are, I mean, we're moving and grooving. We've gotten a lot done. And I know you said like it feels
Yeah.
like you haven't done much, but
Mhm.
there's already been a lot that we've learned from different ways of removing unwanted objects, but then also how you approach color and like dodging and burning and bringing out highlights. So definitely lots that we have learned through this. But just also wanted to give everyone a heads up. We do have plenty of other streams coming on after this as well. Right after this, we have Adam the Illustrator coming on with some illustration work. And then I think after that, we're then going, after that hour, we're going back to some more photography. So we hope you guys stick around all day. We got plenty of stuff for you coming up.
All right, so something that I just noticed that she's not in the middle.
Okay.
As you guys,
Yeah.
if you guys take my work as Rand, like actually pointed out, I actually love using geometry in my work.
Yep. That makes sense.
So she's not in the middle. I'll fix that. Now she is.
Oh, nice. That was just the crop tool. When you pull
Yeah,
up the
the
crop
crop tool,
tool, you're
sorry.
automatically can get those rule of thirds, and then that way you can also visualize it yourself. And then you kind
Yeah,
of have that
now
symmetry.
she's more centered. Then I'm gonna do the color grading, which I think is the most important part. And I think that's what people actually want to see because I guess I'm known for my color grading skills. Okay, so I use the selective tool adjustment. I always put relative, and sometimes depending on if I want to change the skin color of a person, I mean not change it, but like darken it or really like alternate it, I'll put absolute. So
Got it. So
usually
skin
what I
tone's
do.
absolute, everything else relative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you guys can see, what I usually do is like I usually like juggle with it to see like okay like how it will look. I guess I kind of like this. Um, I'm not gonna change these. I can show you like what it would do. I already knew. So for example, some photographer might actually like that color, like how it looks right now.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I like it to be like a little bit more saturated. So I'm gonna leave it like this. So I just like push the blacks of the red a little bit more to the right. Then I'm gonna go to the yellow, and as you can see, it will like change. How you call that again?
Fire hydrant.
What Ryan said, and and you can see also her skin tone is a little bit changing, and then the sign in the back also is a little bit changing. To be honest, I'm quite happy how it looks right now, so I'm not gonna change the yellows. There's no, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of green, but it's not gonna do much. As you can see, like the trees in the
That's not the
back.
focus.
Yeah, so it doesn't bother me. Like I like
And
that
so this is how
color.
you normally go. You normally just go straight down the rainbow. You're just going red, yellow, green, like down
Yeah,
one by one. Cool.
literally one by one. And then for example, with the like the cyan, you can see on top here that it darkens it, right? And I actually like that. So I'm gonna keep it like that. Then for the blue, as you can see again, you can see here on top it's changing. So I'm gonna leave it like this, and then same thing. I'm gonna go to the white. So the white is kind of special. I can either like turn off something or like emphasis like the brightness. So for example, let's say if I want to emphasize like the sidewalk, I mean the crosswalk, right?
Yep. Wow.
You can see it also like takes a little bit also on the sidewalk. You can see also like the sky in the back. It's getting brighter. The car is getting brighter. The road's getting a little bit brighter. But since I only want, like, let's say, like the pedestrian walk to ch like to be a little bit more brighter, for this time I'm gonna use another layer of the selective colors.
Right.
Then I'm gonna pull it all the way up,
You know, crank it.
and then I know there's different ways to do it, but like I
Real
said,
quick though,
I'm
just to
a
call out. So you added a fill of a color, which is black in this case, which because you have black and white selected. How did you change your matte from white to black?
oh, Command I
Command
inverted.
I, and you just switched it.
Yeah,
Okay, so you didn't even fill it. You just actually just inverted
yeah,
it to
yeah,
turn it black. Once again, different way
exactly.
to do the same thing. And that makes it so none of the layer is now visible on your piece, and you're going to go back in with a brush and paint it in, right?
Yeah. Uh, Wait, sorry
Sorry, I don't
there.
mean
I
to throw you
did
off. I just
some.
want to make sure if anyone's watching, they just understand what magically happened.
Then
It's like very cool.
I'm gonna go like this. So basically, I'm gonna go white by one. Right now, I'm doing like a little bit quick. But like I said, like I'm mostly a control freak, so I like to really take my time and make sure that,
Are you using a
everything.
mouse or are you using a stylus?
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm using stylus.
Oh, cool. Nice.
It's easier because, like I said, like to me,
Oh, absolutely.
editing is like drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So having like actually like a graphic tablet helps
Gives you
me
full
to
control.
actually like yeah, give me full control and I can rotate the picture and you can actually be more precise. So let's say bam bam.
And the nice thing
Just
here about using selective color in this instance, rather than just like something like a brightness tool, is that Mike is able to use the brush and kind of do broad strokes because the grays are going to be something that would be affected in a different layer or a different color spectrum. So that way you don't have to get in there and like have to very delicately go on the edge because it's not going to affect the parts that you're not affecting with the selective color.
exactly. All right. So I'm pretty happy with this. And like you guys can see, it didn't take me that long. I was not really super precise on those squares, but it just shows to show you guys like my editing process. So to me, like it looks better like this compared to that.
Certainly.
I know it pops up a little bit more than the model right now, but like I said, I'm gonna take care of that.
Yeah,
So,
we're getting there.
so now that I did this, the neutral colors, I barely use this one. Oh, let me go back to this one. I barely use this one. It was just like if the picture is too bright, then yeah, I'm gonna use the grays and put it a little bit down. Let's say like okay, I can put it like to like +4, and that's how it was before. That's how it is now. Some people might say like, oh, the model is a little bit too dark, but I like it like that. It's just a every time it's just a way of like it just like depends on like how you actually like it. Some people might not like it, but as long as you like it, hey,
Yeah, it's all
that's what's
about
important.
personal preference and personal process.
All right. So as you can see, the model is focused, but it's not really sharp. And that's where actually it gets interesting with those new tools. So right here, you have the clarity and dehaze, right?
Yeah.
So I'll click on it, and then you create it. And then on top you have clarity and then you have dehaze. I barely use dehaze to be honest, but clarity I do use it. So let me show you.
And this is great because this I think used to only live in some capacity in I think Camera Raw, and now they are actually adjustment layers that you can now add. And then, as the same as we were working earlier, you can mask them in and out non-destructively and have a little bit more control, which is
Exactly.
a nice reminder that I have to remember that I can do this now.
So as you can see, like now she's a little bit more defined. Let me go a little bit closer so you guys can see. Let me move this.
Oh, yeah,
You
especially
guys
once
can see.
again around like her like chin here and her clavicles, you can kind of see that it pulls out the edges a little bit more to add more sharpness to it without it feeling like you cranked sharpen filter all the way to max 100, right?
Yeah. And like since I just wanted to like put clarity on her, what I'll do, I'll go back to layer copy one and I will go selecting which one is it? No, it's not this one. Um, quick select tool. And I'm gonna select her. As you guys can see, pretty smooth. Let me just make sure. You have to make sure it says plus. If it says minus, it means like it will take off. But if it's plus, it will actually add to your selection. Then there you go. Let me put the hand in it. Tie is now all the way in. Okay, perfect, right? Then I'm gonna go back to the Clarity and Dehaze one layer, and then I'm gonna invert it.
Nice. All right. So that's making it just kind of isolate everything else except her.
So
Um,
right now, like everything else is the clarity went up. Let me show you. But her, right?
yeah.
But then because she's black, and the layer is black, I mean her selection on the layer is black and the background is white. If I actually like invert it again, now like the layer is affected strictly only on her and not like on the rest of the scenery.
And
And
like immediately now you can definitely see once again kind of like the side of her face
yeah,
really pops in a way that before like maybe didn't have as much detail in it. And now
exactly.
like immediately that's kind of where your eye is drawn towards, which is really nice. But great.
So, and
So
the
unfortunately, we are at just about time. But we did a lot of really great work here. We did some removal with generative remove. We got rid of all the gum, not kids skids, off of the sidewalk. We did some color retouching, which was really great with selective color and using mattes. And for our selections and being able to where we focus our eye. And then we also were working on some clarity and dehaze. But just want to say thank you so much for walking us through that. I know I learned a lot, and I know a lot of people had a lot of questions. A lot of people were very excited. I know Pax is in the chat saying learned a lot. So thank you so much for sharing with us.
of
Where can we
course,
find you online if we want to follow more of your work?
on most of my social media is at iAttraction.
Okay.
And the attraction is not with a O, it's with a zero.
Okay. So attract T zero on.
Yeah, exactly.
But it'll pop up though because you have enough work and stuff that it should be able to recommend that for you when you go to search for it. Um, but great. Reaver Mike's also saying good stuff. Was happy to see you. And thank you so much. This was really great and insightful. Uh, Insightful stream. Like I said, for everyone else watching live currently, make sure you stick around. We've got another show coming up in just a second. But thank you again to Mike, and we'll be back in just a sec.
Thank you.